Formula One leaves the Autodromo Nazionale di Monza and heads over to the Baku City Street Circuit. Welcome to round 17 of Formula One in 2024. It's the last European race of the season. A mixture of the old and new, Baku's Windy City will play host to Formula One's latest chapter. And going into this, it's round 17 of the season. Next up, in a week's time, we move over to Singapore before another month-long break. October sees us at the United States Grand Prix at the Circuit of the Americas before going over to Mexico City on the 27th. November takes us in with Sao Paulo at Brazil, followed then as well at the end of the month in Las Vegas. Then in December, we go over to Qatar and Abu Dhabi to end in the deserts. Max Verstappen leads the Drivers' Championship on 303 points to Lando Norris on 241. Charles Leclerc's victory in Monza puts him on 217. Piastri and Sainz rounds out the top 5. Hamilton, Perez and Russell in a battle over 6th place, whereas then it's a massive gap before Alonso, Stroll and Hülkenberg round out your top first 11. Second half of the page, it's Yuki Tsunoda on 22, 10 clear behind Daniel Ricciardo. Gasly's on 8 before we have 3 drivers linked on 6. Behrman, who's back this weekend, filling in for Kevin Magnussen, who's got a 1-race ban, and Alexander Albon also on 17th position. Esteban Ocon has 5 points, the last driver with points. Zhou Guanyu, Logan Sargent no longer in the championship, still in 20th. Franco Colapinto having a better race result in his first ever Grand Prix puts him now ahead of Valtteri Bottas, who has no points and is at the bottom of the driver standings. In the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull lead by a small margin for the first time in over 3 years. It's now McLaren who are chasing them down, with Ferrari also in the 400 points bracket. Three-way fight for the top at the front, then it's Mercedes alone in 4th position. Aston Martin has secured 5th, then it's the battle between Visa Cash App RB and Haas F1. Alpine are getting back into it, but their biggest competitors are Williams, Sauber still with no points on the board. Let's take a look around the Baku City Circuit here in Azerbaijan. 3.730 miles, 20 turns in total, the longest straight in the history of Formula One. It's fast, it's challenging, the drivers love it. Under the Rolex line at 8th gear, maximum RPM as you head downhill towards turn 1. Slam on the brakes, down to 3rd gear, flick the car in towards the left. Pick up the exit curve to get as straight a line as possible, down towards turn number 2, another 3rd gear corner. Front always wants to drag you out wide as well. It's hard to get a good exit as you open up the DRS and head down towards another left-hander at turn 3. Good opportunity for passing here with late lunges on the inside line, but it can go wrong, and it tightens up as well from here on out. Turn 4 is your first opportunity on the circuit to go right. You're still in the new part of the city as well, surrounded by the new modern machinery buildings. But that's all about to change. 5 and 6 chicane starts to lead you into the old city. It's on the same part of the motorway as the start-finish line as you head back up towards the beautiful towers in the distance. Now, as you watch from 3 lanes down to 2 and then down to 1 as you come towards the castle section into the old city, a dramatic uphill battle where if you make a mistake here, it's going to cause huge amounts of problems. But back up then to a motorway as you hurtle down towards the fastest parts of the circuit as well. Make a mistake through turn 12, the rear steps out and you slam into the wall. It's a battle of nerves as well as you head into a downhill braking zone from 8th gear to 3rd into a very tight corner. Sudden drop downhill, it helps grow gravity, but it's detrimental in the braking zone. Flick the car in again to the left, and now you are flat out all the way back towards turn number 1. Still navigating through these parts of the corners of turns 21, 22 and 23. Get it wrong, drift into the barrier, it puts you on a downward path. But at the same point, don't get your DRS point exactly right, you lose about 2/10 as you're constantly gaining speed over 200 miles an hour up to the line. And that is a lap of the Baku City Street Circuit. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Baku for round 17 of the 2024 Formula One World Championship. The third practice session is a few moments away, and alongside me up here in the commentary box is Jess Ball and Josh T. Morning, guys. Jess, here we are again. Then you're back with us this weekend now for all the action, and it's starting to rain just a little bit. So similar conditions to F2 yesterday, but so far, the big question is, Red Bull, slowest in the speed traps. They are slowest in the long run. What on earth has happened to their pace?
Well, they'll be looking good in qualifying runs, but in the long runs, they're going to struggle a little bit. And they're probably going to hope that it rains a bit more this weekend because they need more downfall in the wetter conditions. Risk of rain, 30% chance of rain throughout today. So should be interesting. Now, I'm not used to commentating on a practice session at almost 9:30 in the morning. Who decided that was a good idea?
So I'm thinking, JT, you've got about 20 seconds. What are you expecting coming into this morning, even though you're not here for race day for the 6th race running?
Yay. Yeah, hello, everyone. I'm becoming Mr. Saturday. I'm taking it away from George Russell. Yeah, I can tell you who decided that. Time zones decided that.
Nice. Here it comes then, practice 3 for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. There is one thing that no one ever expects when they come to Baku, and that's wet weather. It's a little bit of what we've got. A 30% chance of rain and spitting in the air. Welcome to the Windy City for round 17 of Formula One in 2024. Baku is a mixture of old and new. The circuit reams itself around the old and new. The old section in the castle part comprised of Sector 2 and 3, Sector 1 and the end of Sector 3, the modern part of the city, past the main Capitol Governance Building. 20 turns on this circuit, that's a bit of a joke. The drivers only realistically feel about 14 of them in terms of G-force, but hardest tyres available. It's the C1, C2 and C3 tyres. Not sure why we're being shown the softest out there at the moment, unless Pirelli have changed them overnight. Yesterday we were told that they were our hardest tyre compounds as well. We'll double check that for you in a split second, as well as we welcome you up into the commentary box here for free practice number 3. And it looks overcast and cloudy over there this morning. It's just coming up to 11:30 in Baku, and alongside me, Josh T and Jess Ball. And Jess, yeah, you can tell that rain sort of blowing in over the city. It's track temperature as well, 31 degrees, air temperature 26. So it's it's not nippy, but the winds certainly make it a bit nippy for the drivers as well.
It's going to come. I think the rain potentially could come and spoil things. But yeah, the wind around here always can throw a bit of chaos sometimes around this circuit. They got to keep an eye on the runoff. We saw a lot of people go off in the runoff yesterday, so they got to be a bit more cautious. I know it's not the most representative running FP3, but it's their last chance to really get a feel for the track before qualifying a little bit later on.
We have a new toy to play with ahead of qualifying. We're going to have an extended build-up to qualifying because me and Megan are going to play around with the new toy, and that is a touchscreen ability. So we're going to show you some data from the long runs of qualifying, but also the long runs of yesterday in practice 2 ahead of the race, and also we're going to show you qualifying predictions and speeds. So we'll have a nice analysis there, and then tomorrow, before the race starts as well, we'll have an analysis of who's going to go well. But JT, Ollie Behrman went well yesterday as well, improved massively, 11th in practice 1, 10th in practice 2, went from a 146.943 to a 144.5. He is improving rapidly in this car.
Yeah, he is, and he's definitely one of them to look about going into next year. But before I get on to my next point, let's go down to Ted.
Ted's trying to get us copyrighted.
He's even got that thing when you do that terrible DJs do when you do the klaxon. He's playing Will Smith because Big Willie is in the house. Will Smith is here. Dove Willie, where is Will? He's here somewhere. Where is Will Smith? Anyway, never let it be said. Oh, there he is. There's the big man. There he goes. He's got a little photo with the Ferrari mechanics. So, in tribute to Will Smith, they've got getting jiggy with it on the stereo here down at Ferrari. Not the scene set I thought I was going to give you, Harry, but that's what I've got for you. But what a great scene down here. And if we want to put it back to motor racing for a little bit, yeah, look at this. What a great scene down here. He's got good taste, doesn't he, Will Smith, hanging out at Ferrari? Because they look like the pace setters so far. Charles Leclerc, putting it very simply, we are quick out there. And he was the one that crashed yesterday. So really, it is Ferrari looking to cement their advantage. Oh, he's going on a tour. There we go, Will's going on a tour. He's looking to cement their advantage for the rest of the day. But make no mistake about it, they're all at a certain level. So Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari maybe a little bit ahead, and McLaren are at the level of the others. What we're not seeing this weekend from McLaren is the advantage that they've enjoyed for the last couple of races. Right, Sergio Perez is the first out on track. Back to you up there. We've had enough Will Smith just for the moment, but I'm sure there'll be more throughout the weekend.
Well, for Charles Leclerc, it was definitely a question.
I'd be interested to see is what downforce levels the teams have chosen to run, because they would have had all of their practices yesterday, but then overnight.
Well, we seem to be having some audio buffering from Sky up here in the commentary box.
And trying to optimize and choose their downforce.
Well, this is really unusual. Do you know what's happened?
And they'd have to factor in
there's some sort of power supply going to the Sky F1 mic, but the fader where it's on is off. So there's something going on from Sky's side, so that the audio is coming from the so Sky are buffering. And there's some audio coming through from the channels. So basically, how we separate the audio from the track, as it seems to have stopped now, how we separate the audio from the track is we have a 3.5mm jack with a stereo connector plugged into a mono input on the bus mixer, and that gives us the audio because it removes the commentary, because the commentary comes in a stereo track on line 2 and the audio from the track comes in on line 1. So how you hear the noise in the background comes to line 1. Sky have just had a buffer issue. We've had it before in IndyCar where their channel fails, so the stereo becomes mono. So that's why you were just hearing the Sky F1 commentary team behind this. It seems to have stabilised now. We had that before, JT. Do you remember Laguna Seca a couple of years ago, and I was furious?
No, I don't remember that. But do you want to know something, Josh, as we hear from Perez?
Yep, we have.
Yeah, right, we're going to hear the team radio, so Sky have definitely got a problem. Go on, JT.
It feels a little damp, Perez says.
Yeah.
Running.
Well, this is my 6th week that you can not see me on race day. Well, it's going to be 7 next week.
You're not in Singapore?
7? Oh, God.
When are you
Singapore's
back?
the best, right?
Right, that's it. We're calling in George Morgan.
Singapore's the best race. You can't miss that.
To be fair, we did try and also get Tom Brooks this weekend, but he's at Alton Park. I believe for British Superbikes.
Yeah, BFB is Alton. Where is it? When Kota is...
I've got an idea on who we can get.
Who?
Can we get Kieran?
Oh, yeah, brilliant. I've been trying to get Kieran for ages. Yes, let's try and get Kieran in.
Do you want to know something good, though?
Yes. What?
The streak will end at Kota.
Ah, so Kota
Oh my
onwards.
god.
Okay, so Kota.
Because it's an 8 p.m. start.
So hang on, you're just doing Kota, Mexico, Brazil, United States, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi. The last 6 races of the year. Okay.
I'll check timings, but sounds sick.
I seem to remember when I couldn't shake Josh, and now all of a sudden he's come back. He's leaving of his own accord. What are we going to do? Do you know how difficult it is that we don't have Josh in the commentary box? Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute, JT. Wait. Are you not here for Silverstone? For touring cars? Or is that the 29th? Because if you're not here for Silverstone touring cars, then we have a problem with race 2.
Ahem.
Yes, Jess. It looks, and then we
Thanks,
have,
Jeff.
and then we have a bigger problem for F1. Because then we definitely need people in the comms box for that. Okay.
Oh yeah, that is a problem. And it's F1 Academy next week as well.
Which is going to be interesting.
JT, do you
I
have a look
won't
at
be
this?
around on the I won't be around on the Friday, but I will be around on the Saturday, Sunday.
I've got Friday, don't worry. Oh, hang on a minute.
I want to see what time.
Oh, hang on a minute. We've got MotoGP. Oh my god.
Oh great.
Code red.
Only-
Code red.
Go black.
Right, we're going to have a major planning meeting, guys. Because,
Do you want to know something good, though?
What?
See you practice 3 for Singapore.
Oh, great. So, Jade, yeah. The only good thing is that Megan's laptop can handle the touring car practice sessions. And presumably... No, I think I can do qualifying, because... No, just sprint. I don't know.
I can do practice 1.
And I can take practice 2. Okay. Yeah, we'll go from there.
I'll be back in. I'll literally be back in the afternoon in time for F1 Academy.
Oh, see? There you go.
Probably in the morning.
We shall get this sorted. So, this is live production meeting, everybody.
Yeah, because there's nothing happening. Well, there is nothing happening, but Sky's not showing it.
Josh,
Yes, JT.
shall I save this for the Stage 2 podcast, or shall I say it now?
We're not on the stage. We're not on the NASCAR broadcast this week.
Alright. So, Northern Lights have been stupidly strong the last couple of nights.
They have.
I went out into the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
away from all of light pollution, with guns and
Ooh.
tanks in the background. I am alive.
So Josh T broke into an army
Sharp
military
and fine.
base. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was in the middle of the sortie plane,
Right.
and
Interesting.
the annoying thing is that the strongest part of the storm was at 8:30, when the sun is still setting and it's still too light.
Ah.
But I did get a nice photo of the ISS pass,
Is that what you said to
Oh yeah,
us?
that was
Yes,
good.
yeah.
That was brilliant.
and I only got the slightest pink. Go to last night when I went to sleep at like 7 p.m. and didn't wake up until 8:45 this morning.
You needed
I
it.
Wow.
I look on the Aurora channels, and 11:35 midnight last night. It was incredible.
And you missed it. Typical.
Oh, it's fine. I missed the absolutely incredible one in May, which we will probably not have ever again.
And you want to have some good news on the F1 games, Josh?
Oh, please.
We're getting the 2024 F2 cars from Monday onward.
Excellent. That means that we can finally
I'll
update
try and
the-
get a Singapore lap for you.
Thank you. We also need some thumbnails for that, because we haven't got any thumbnails for Azerbaijan this weekend. That's why if you're looking at the F2, it's just literally a Azerbaijan Google Earth image. because last year we had no F2 cars at the time of that race. So
if you could have told me, if I knew you didn't have thumbnails, I could have got them yesterday. I was literally practicing Baku for a league race. I could have got them then.
We'll get some spares. We'll get it sorted. Fernando Alonso just on the circuit bouncing a little bit with some brake dust coming out from his front right side. Alonso yesterday, 7th in practice 1, 146.452. Practice 2, 12th, 144.683. So he's got some time to come through. Here's Yuki Tsunoda, 22 points this year, having exceeded the 17 he scored last year with 8 races remaining. Yep, he's not too bad actually, is Yuki Tsunoda. He's 12th in this championship, level with Nico Hülkenberg, and 10 cleared to Daniel Ricciardo. So that's a big
Not too shabby.
Yeah.
Yuki Tsunoda, of course, guys. I believe he's raced here 3 times, is it?
Yes.
He scored here twice, and he would have scored here 3 times if his rear wing didn't fall apart.
Oh yeah, that was a good point actually. Was that last year?
Yuki is really strong at this circuit.
22, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was 22.
Hashtag Yuki Tsunoda should be in Red Bull.
I've just realised on my notes it says last year. I need to cross that out and say 2022. There you go.
It was 2023 last year, Josh.
Yeah, I've just noticed that because, of course, with my notes I update them year on year. So I've put my notes read after encountering DRS issues, he failed to score a single point last year, finished in 13th, was in the top 10 last year with a single point with 10th. So how can he be out in there as well? So I've adjusted that note. Really are pretty, my notes as well. I'll hold them up to the camera so that you can all see.
One person who is also strong around this circuit, Charles Leclerc.
Yeah, Charles Leclerc.
And he binned it in FP1.
Yes.
3 pole positions he's had here, of course, in a row, 21, 22 and 23. And he had the double in 23 because he also got the sprint shootout pole position.
Yeah.
Thank goodness there's no sprints this weekend because it was horrible last year.
Oh, it was boring. Perez won that as well.
Yeah, and I was frantically searching for the crash because I had no idea that there was a crash when you first mentioned it.
Leclerc hit the wall at turn 15. I immediately went to the I am stupid. Many will.
I did as well.
Yeah. I think Harry did as well, actually. Just quickly. This is because it's damp out. No one's going out because they don't need to. I do sometimes wonder, is practice 3 actually needed?
There'll be only 2 practice sessions. That's it.
Well, to be fair, if they need to have, well, we only had 1 in the sprints, don't we? And that seems to work. If we need to have practice sessions, then this is how I'd have it. Practice 1 is an hour. Practice 2 is 45 minutes. Practice 3 is 30 minutes. And then we go into qualifying in the race. And then you're just losing the wait time around. Fans won't remember this, waiting for the cars to go through. Fans will remember the cars at full tilt as quickly as possible. We don't need 3 hours of practice for a 90-minute Grand Prix. It's the same in MotoGP. The only time
MotoGP has too much.
Oh, it's ridiculous. A 45-minute session, an hour session, a half an hour session, then the qualifying, and then the sprint, and then a 10-minute warm session, then a race. It's too much.
Far too much.
This Moto E's over now. That championship done. And yes, I do know that we haven't got all the stuff on the main YouTube channel. There's still a lot of Moto 3 and Moto 2 action on JBMotorsports 2's channel. We are going to be crossing it over. It's just that we're waiting for the big permission. Let's head down to Ted at Lance Stroll.
And just explain to me, as much as to everybody else, why they do that. If all the teams are keeping as many new hard tyres and medium tyres for the race as possible, because they're the good ones for the race, probably not going to see the softs, are we, in the Grand Prix tomorrow, then why do Aston want to go and put a lap on them already?
Yeah, well, it's become very popular, I think, Chad, across all of the teams. You know, we've seen Red Bull do it on the soft. We've seen Sauber do it on their hard and medium as well. And I think Norris's car now that you've just seen left the pit lane with this very shiny surface on the tyre. And as we see it go through the lap, you can see it now from the Ferrari leaving the garage. The surface very, very shiny. And as it goes round the lap, gradually this band of dull tyre appears. And that dullness just takes, basically the tyre's done in a mould, and in that mould they put on like a release film on the tyre, and this is the first chance to take off that film and get down to the actual working compound that you want of the tyre. As well as that, it's an extra heat cycle through the tyre, so inevitably, as we know, as you heat and cool a tyre, you take away a little edge of the performance, but you increase its durability a little bit as well. So there's many things happening through this lap that allows a team to run this tyre for one single lap, but it's not without risk, you know, and it's very hotly debated, because if you go out on this tyre now, which is your race tyre, that hard tyre, and you get a puncture through some debris the first run in P3, there's always a risk that something's been dropped onto the track overnight. Then you lose that tyre for the race, and that's a very difficult situation to end up in. We've not seen that, but the risk is always there.
Thank you, Bernie. As the session continues to progress, we're watching Lando Norris heading out there onto the circuit. I think Lando's going to be the one that you've got to keep an eye on big time this weekend. There's so much more intrigue going on in Formula 1 at the moment that we don't actually know who's going to be hot or not, but I think they're going to an ad break shortly.
Double yellow.
Oh, it's sector 3. This is Esteban Ocon at the turn 18 section. I think he's hit the wall here. Double yellow. Oh, he's just stopped. Okay, so this would be a red flag.
Right failure.
Let's have a look. It's going to be a red flag because it's a fast part of the track. They have to stop it. Gas is coming through that section now. So red flag's
flag.
out, yeah.
I got a problem.
Okay, mate, understood.
Don't think I can make it.
This is really not proving to be a good weekend for them, is it?
No, this is a
No,
really
it's
bad.
not.
He had an issue in pre-practice 1 as well. He didn't set a time, and he was 19th Esteban Ocon in practice 2, 1:45.810. Gasly only 18th in both the sessions, so they've been right at the back. So this is not good at all. The only driver who was slower was Zhou Guanyu, who had a problem yesterday in practice 2.
Even both Hasses are doing better.
Oh. Philip Lindman, our friend and colleague, says radar showing chances of light rain soon. Esteban Ocon's getting out of the car. Green light's on at the top then, so it's not a battery hybrid issue. He can touch the car, doesn't have to do the safety jump. But yeah.
He might do that anyway.
I love how he looked at the battery as soon as he touched it to think, oh, can I actually do this? Well, Esteban, if you couldn't do it, you'd be dead. So it's kind of the opposite there.
He would probably fall to the floor like, ugh.
Yeah, and with it being electrocuted as well, he would, you sort of stay in place. You can't move your hand away.
Let's listen. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Not the gearbox, is it, Josh?
He couldn't shift past third gear. So he... Oh, then he conked out as well. Yeah.
End him.
Yeah. Well, the French team, Renault, engine supply, of course, they may have been protesting at Monza about their jobs. Seems like they need to work a little bit harder. So, red flags out then. Let's say good afternoon, well, good morning really, to Ben Edwards, who's on the BBC Radio 5 Live team.
And he tried to change up into fourth gear and it didn't, and the engine just died away, as you can hear. And there was nothing he could do about that. Couldn't keep it running. It's quite rare, actually. Usually when there's a problem, they'll go into a sort of mode that will just allow you to come back slowly, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, like a limp home mode that you get on road cars. That's right. Well, they will have their work cut out, of course, and probably, well let's hold reserve judgment to see what actually the problem is. But There's only 43 minutes left of this session. The red flag is out, but the clock does continue to tick down in practice, so that's continuing to drop away. And after this session is completed, you'll have a couple of hours before getting ready for the all-important qualifying session. So really the worst preparation he could have hoped for ahead of that.
We haven't had a wet race here at Baku in the past. It's interesting that it's a little bit damp out there, and defining the fact that many cars are not bothering to go out. Marshals are heading down to try and sort out what's going on with Esteban Ocon's car, but it's needing rescue as well, so we'll have to wait for a vehicle, I think, to come around and tow it back. Ocon, we talked about his move next year, so he leaves this Alpine team and he joins Haas, so it's going to be an interesting time for Haas. And remember, the young British driver Oliver Behrman, who is with Haas this weekend, standing in for Kevin Magnussen because Magnussen had extra penalties that excluded him. It means that Ollie Behrman, who's doing a good job, will have a tough teammate in Esteban Ocon. I mean, Ocon, he's an interesting guy. He can be very talkative too. He can be quite friendly out of a car. But I tell you what, as a teammate, he can be one of the toughest teammates to be alongside. Yeah,
I agree with that. I think he's definitely got talent. I guess you caveat it by saying Ollie Behrman also looks really promising. So from an Esteban Ocon perspective, he's going to come in as the much more experienced guy. Maybe never been World Championship contending material yet, but he's definitely one that someone would say is that would naturally be a team leader at that point next year when you've got a rookie in the other car. But if he gets beaten by that rookie, if Ollie Behrman comes in and does a better job or outperforms Esteban, you can see where the negative impact on Esteban's career might come. So there's always a bit of a gamble or a risk going into a new team like that when you're the preferred or the favourite, certainly with most experience, up against a young gun. You're always going to be wary of just how good that other guy's going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We are actually looking at Ollie Behrman on camera at the moment. The youngster who is doing a great job so far, was impressive yesterday, managing to put in some good pace. In the end, Hulkenberg was a fraction faster than him in that second practice session, but for a little bit it looked like Ollie had the advantage. But right now it's still very quiet. We've got the red flag out at the moment as they try and bring Esteban Ocon's car back into the pits. And 16 years ago today, it was when Sebastian Vettel claimed his first ever Grand Prix victory to this day, which is rather nice. That first win at the Italian Grand Prix, and that was when he was racing for Scuderia Toro Rosso, a team that has changed names several times over the years, before he went to Red Bull, of course. Yeah, that's right. That was the beginning of what we now know to be Seb's glittering career. Speaking of sort of youngsters coming into the sport with Ollie Behrman there, next year's going to be really interesting, I think, for us all to be watching on, because actually we've got quite an influx of youngsters, haven't we? We've got Ollie Behrman, we've got Jack Doohan, who will take Esteban Ocon's seat at the Alpine team. Kimi Antonelli, we know, is coming in to Mercedes, and there still could be others. We still don't know. They're talking about Gabriel Bortoleto too, aren't they? The Formula 2 man at the moment, who he won the F3 championship, and he is doing a good job in Formula 2 as well at the moment. But it's Sauber that we're talking about, the team that will become Audi. Hulkenberg is joining them, and it's still a question. But having said that, Valtteri Bottas is still being talked about as staying there as it moves on to Audi. And it does sort of make a lot of sense that Valtteri may well be the man. What are your thoughts? Well, look, I think Valtteri still has a lot to offer Formula 1. I think his problem is that they've already signed Nico Hulkenberg, who you'd say is a sort of similar type of, certainly in terms of experience. If you were going to becoming Audi, for me, you want to get a young guy in there.
Hang on, I'm sorry, but no, you're wrong there, Mark Priestley. You are wrong. I am shutting him up, because how can you say, guys, that Nico Hulkenberg is anywhere similar to Valtteri Bottas? Valtteri Bottas...
won.
I know.
Racing.
Yeah, Valtteri has done 238 Grand Prix. He's had 10 Grand Prix wins, 2 sprint wins, 20 pole positions, 19 fast laps, 67 podiums, and he's,
Why is he downplaying Bottas?
I know. Nico Hulkenberg has had 1 pole, 2 fastest laps, no wins, no podiums, best finish of 4th. No podiums. And he's been in here since 2010.
He's bottled a few podiums too.
Yeah, he's been in here since 2010. I'm sorry, but that is wrong from Mark Priestley there. And to say that Valtteri in a fast car is a Grand Prix winner. Nico Hulkenberg, no matter what tractor he drives, is not. The only thing Nico Hulkenberg of note has won is the Le Mans 24 Hour with Porsche. That's it. I will not have that. That is disrespectful to Valtteri, massively.
I think Valtteri would be the best person to be in the Sauber, to be honest, next year, even though he's 22nd in the championship.
I may have said yesterday that Valtteri shouldn't be in Formula. He should do better. I never said that he shouldn't be in Formula One. Valtteri deserves a place in Formula One.
He deserves a seat next year. I agree.
If anything, put Valtteri alongside
Sauber need
Max.
experience next year in order for their car to do well.
Personally, I don't know why Toto Wolff didn't think of Valtteri to come back to the Mercedes seat. Him and Russell proved to be a dynamic partnership in 2021.
I think they don't want a Hamilton-Rosberg repeat.
Yeah. 2020, sorry, at Shakir. 35 seconds to go until the green light goes on. What do you think, JT?
Hello.
Hello. What do you think? Valtteri?
You just got that, didn't you?
No, he's Valtteri or
Pardon?
Nico?
Oh, that. If I was to choose one, that's a really hard one. I mean, Nico does Nico things, Valtteri does Valtteri things. I'm gonna have to go with Valtteri.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Everyone agrees. So Mark Priestley? No. Green light, we're underway. Cars heading out to the circuit. Hotel there. That's where the media centre is. Everybody in here in Baku loves this one because the media centre is in the Hilton.
Even Adam says Bottas easily.
Oh, hello, Adam. Yes, Bottas easily.
Yes, a really, really hard one to think about.
Yeah. Just look at the stats.
Valtteri, Nico.
I mean,
Valtteri.
Nico Hülkenberg has had 39 retirements in his Formula One career. Valtteri Bottas has 27. So in that respect, they're close.
Yeah.
Most of the time, Bottas' retirements have been due to mechanical issues.
In the last few years as well. Not certainly when he was with Mercedes. He very rarely retired with Mercedes. It was mainly Williams and... Yeah, Bottas very rarely retired. Apart from when he went bowling, of course.
Oh yeah, good point.
Pinball Wizard is Valtteri's nickname.
And lawnmower.
So, we haven't... do you know, can I just say something, guys? I don't know if it's just my timing screen or anything, but have we actually had any time set in this session so far? Because my timing screen is showing no times. Good, good. Not just me then. What on earth happened? Adam says as well that he's having some lobster, as we hear from...
So, very light drops of rain.
Understood. So far, we have not seen them affect the track at any point.
Clearly, he was not watching the Formula 2 practice session yesterday morning, where a few spots of rain caused absolute chaos because the track here has not been treated. All of the road car fuel, petrol, their grip from the different manufacturers of tyres around the world, it's all laced across this surface. It was treated in 2023 and it gave us a good race, but now, if we put rain on this track, it's going to be absolutely insane for grip.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like running around a petrol station. All that grease that's laying around. You pick it up on your shoe. Surprised there's any grip out there.
The thing I've noticed around Baku is the rears are a huge problem for the drivers. The fronts are fine. It's just they've got to find a setup which caters for the rears as well. And that's very tricky around this circuit.
Mixture of slow speed, isn't it, in Sector 2, and then high speed Sectors 1 and 3.
So it's hard to balance, yeah.
Stop-start. This is my favourite part of the track, though, down towards turn 15, this area. Because you're just slowing it on the brakes, and it's the tightest entry. It's single file, but I reckon if we move that entry back, we could have a really nice entry corner. I don't know why we don't. There we go again. Two sides of the motorway, this part of the track as well. as it loops back across each other. Over the line then. First time at this practice 3 session, 28 minutes in. Oscar Piastri does a 1:45.476. As Russell goes second, 1:48.522. Verstappen also a lap. Stroll goes into second place. Hamilton over the line. Bank of laps, remember. 1:45.616. Sainz has set the fastest first sector. Personal best second sector. Verstappen reverse. Sector 1 personal best. Sector 2 is faster.
Verstappen goes top.
Yeah, 1:45.209. 2 tenths faster at the moment. I'm not believing that though. He does not have the speed. Sainz 1:45.278. I think at the end of the session it'll show something different. Even then, look, Sainz is closing in. Yeah. It's going to show Ferrari ahead of McLaren. Alonso goes 4th. Perez goes 3rd. I think we'll see Ferrari top from McLaren, and then the Red Bulls. Mercedes will come in behind. Leclerc goes 4th. 1:45.372. Doesn't seem to be the type of day where practice 3 is going to be relevant. Which we usually say about Singapore next, or practice 1 and 3 in Singapore aren't relevant because they're day sessions compared to the night.
Yeah.
Anyone else really enjoy the daytime Singapore more than the night? I do. I enjoy looking at the day more than the night.
I think we'll get that. We'll get that with F1 Academy next week.
Fantastic.
So I'm looking forward to that. Actually, no, not for race 1, but for race 2 we will.
Race 2, I like that. I like having races in the day in Singapore.
Albon!
44.371 for Alexander Albon. That's
just
faster.
Glory runs right there.
Yeah, because that's faster than both the times he set yesterday. He was 17th in practice 1, 1:47.955. 13th in practice 2 with a 1:44.757. So massively quicker today.
Yeah, that's definitely glory runs for Williams.
Yeah, with Colapinto going second place as well on a 1:45.186.
And it is first time at the track as well this weekend.
Yeah, crashed in practice 1, sadly. Down at...
Fair play for them to get the car ready for FP2.
Yes, yeah.
I'm guessing the car wasn't that badly damaged.
Left-hand side.
All right, so it's not too bad then.
Not
the whole car.
Max Verstappen nearly had work to do there. Running it a little bit close to the barrier. And this is down to turn 15 as well. Doing the same thing. So that's 4 and 15 he's having problems now.
That's 3 centimetres closer than yesterday.
1 centimetre.
That is super. That's got to be close. That's more than a centimetre. I don't believe that graphic.
That's definitely... I don't believe that AWS graphic as well.
It's AWS. Never believe anything they say. Here's GP. Gianpiero Lambesi.
Russell... Russell's improving.
First sector is a...
37.3.
Cool. I can't see him on the timing screen.
And Pierre's on a good one as well. He's heading towards turn 16 now. But he's down in sector 2.
Well, you've got Russell.
Oh,
traffic! Loads of traffic. Russell's had to abort the lap time. He's been hit with Behrman, Colapinto and Norris all in that same sector. It's a geometric camera on for Russell this weekend, by the way.
He lost like 5 seconds. As Piastri goes second.
And Hülkenberg, 1:45.034. I reckon now we're estimating that this track is going to be around about 2 to 3 seconds a lap slower because it hasn't been treated. So there's not a lot of grip out there. The benefit for Formula 1 here is that they've got the F2 race that's about to happen in the next hour. So that'll put a lot more grip down over the 20-lap race.
Good, that's when I'm having food.
Yellow
flag.
Behrman's off at turn 1. DRS spin disabled. Russell and Colapinto going by. I believe Behrman has just gone up the escape road. But he is stationary. And he's got no speed at all and he's in neutral. So Behrman's in neutral with no speed, and it's in that turn 1. I hope he hasn't got one hit the wall. No sign of a red flag at the moment. I'm keeping my eyes on the Delta chart.
It's not double yellow.
It is.
Red flag.
It's red flag now.
So what's he done? So Hamilton doesn't improve. Neither does Verstappen. He was on a faster lap time there. Let's remember that. Red flag's out for Oliver Behrman, who is down at this first sector. Can we see it as we look at Lewis Hamilton? There he is. Oh, and he's knocked off the front left tire. Oh, that's embarrassing. He's bailed out of the corner and he's still hit the barrier. So Ollie Behrman has got a bit too deep in the wall there and is knocked off the front, and he knows he's angry with that. Oh, he was 11th and 10th in practice 1 and 2, and now he's knocked off the front suspension.
No.
That's not a big thing. That's fine for Ollie. That's not big at all. That's just a suspension damage.
That could be repaired in time for the quali later.
Yeah.
That was similar to Colapinto's crash, where it was just one side.
Can you see the brickwork underneath the tarmac there?
Yeah. They've got to repair a bit of the barrier, don't they? But that won't take too long. So here he goes then to...
Did well there. Yeah, to be fair, he couldn't have saved that. The way that car... that was a brake problem down to turn 1. So he'll lock up, hits the brakes, turns in, gets on the dust, tries to bail out of it. To be fair... as Corinne just said, I was about to say, he's tried to hang on to it mid-corner, but then he realises that he's going to hit the wall, so bails out of it. And to be fair, he's only knocked off the front suspension. That is actually smart.
Okay, Ollie. You okay?
Oh, I'm such an idiot.
Is the car damaged?
Yeah, I couldn't turn out of it in time. I'm
It's
so
not
sorry.
as big as you might think, right?
Yeah, it's not as big as you think. That's fine. That's absolutely nothing at all. Red flag, though, in every single session so far this weekend. That's not a precedent that we like to set.
Oh, God.
Now, was he given permission to cross the track?
Good point. Let's head over to BBC Radio 5 Live quickly as well as Sky go to an ad break and get all the latest news as well from the team over there.
And the team will understand this as well, but it is frustrating to do it towards the end of FP3 and the time is a bit limited. Front suspension damage on that, Mark. How do you think anything worse than that?
Well, no, I don't think it'll be too much worse than that, but I don't think he won't see that car again, of course, in this session, which, as I was saying, that means the next time he gets behind the wheel will be qualifying, and you can already hear from his demeanour, he's immediately down, he's beating himself up. His job now in the next couple of hours is to get over that, psychologically, I mean, turn his mood round and try and reinstigate the confidence he had before that point, because confidence is the biggest single thing a driver needs around a street circuit like this, and at the moment that's taken a massive hit.
Ironically, last year when he took pole position in Formula 2, he actually clipped a wall and made the steering out of alignment, but went on to take pole. Unfortunately, it's slightly more than out of alignment.
Yeah, I can see a close-up shot now. The suspension arms are all snapped, which is it looks dramatic. They snap very easily, these carbon fibre wishbones, when they take a loading that they're not designed to take. The biggest concern in anything like that is the wishbone going to punch into the side of the chassis and do damage there, but I don't think so. Only time will tell.
It was quite a glancing blow, Mark, wasn't it? He tried to bail out but didn't quite do it, and he sort of went the barrier sort of curves round there into the escape road, and he sort of caught it with the sort of left-hand side of the front wing and the front suspension, and there was a little bit of damage on the strakes I saw on the floor as well. Yeah. But fundamentally, it looked reasonably light as these things go.
I also just noticed on our camera view there, as he walked back with his head down through the garage, he'd only got the Netflix crew in the garage at the time, and that's the worst thing.
That's tough.
The last thing he needs.
Yes, if the Netflix crew are there, they'll be making a full story of this, of course. Well, let's see how the rest of the weekend goes for him. The 19-year-old from Chelmsford, already a point scorer in his one outing with Ferrari earlier this year when he replaced Carlos Sainz, and now he'll be feeling a little frustrated. Ironically, this is the first time he's ever done all 3 free practice sessions, because he only got to do he's done FP1 a few times without racing, but he only did FP3 and then straight into qualifying when he replaced Carlos Sainz in Saudi. So, ironically, he's done all 3, but now he's had a little shunt.
Well, he did a remarkable job of handling pressure that weekend, didn't he? And that's a good sign going into this afternoon. We talk about the pressure that's now on his shoulders to deliver something off the back of this knock of confidence. You know, maybe that's a good sign that maybe he's the sort of character that can handle that and will turn it around quickly. Let's hope so.
Well, let's see what happens in qualifying. We're just taking a little look at a replay of George Russell. Oh, he had some traffic up ahead of him and he just had to back right out of it. Listen.
This guy's just in the middle of the road. Hey, so.
Yeah, well, that was true. Whoever it was, he got completely blocked when he was on a rapid lap there, George, and he was reporting back to the team. We've got due to have just over 22 minutes still to go in this session, and there are cars lining up on the exit of the pit lane now as we wait for the track to reopen.
About 10 seconds, it says on the screens. One of the sort of difficulties of this circuit is that little incident from George Russell coming up against slow traffic there highlights is that the closing speeds, the speeds around this track is a very fast circuit. Given that it's got some very slow corners, the bits when you're on throttle are actually very fast. So if you do come up against traffic in a very narrow section, you can still be at very high speed. So there is potential risk here around this circuit, and in the early part of qualifying, when all 20 cars are on the circuit at the same time, that is going to be something to carefully manage.
Absolutely right. Remember, with these engines, these power units, as we call them, in Formula One, the combination of electric power and internal combustion power, over 1,000 horsepower. When a driver with no traction control of any sort in a Formula One car is dealing with these 90-degree right and left-handers, having to go to that 1,000 horsepower as he gets onto the throttle. Throttle control is still a major part of racing these days, isn't it?
Absolutely, as it should be. It's down to the driver's skill, down to their feel, maybe experience as well. But yeah, with 1,000 horsepower under your right foot and a tyre that definitely can't take that much horsepower in one go out of a slow corner, you've got to be really measured. And of course, it's frustrating as a driver. You just want to bury that throttle, don't you? We've all done it. That's how your sort of brain is relating how you're going to get quicker. But you have to be tempered with that. You've got to be patient, and that's the real key. The younger drivers are the ones that find that harder, of course. You have to learn that.
Let's have a word with Komatsu.
Really, particularly frustrating because it was a clumsy one, wasn't it? He was trying to steer away from the wall. It wasn't like one of those crashes we saw from Leclerc, for example. He's just pushing on straight. So, I mean, how do you deal with it now? How do you, because obviously, because it's crucial qualifying prep, how do you keep his confidence up? Do you change the run plan for Q1 and try and give him some laps then?
No, Q1 run plan doesn't really change here because of the danger of a yellow flag and everything we need to be running anyway. So for me, it just really reset and get back to what he was doing so well yesterday and get the confidence back and reset going to Q1.
Okay, thanks. And in terms of general performance across the cars, obviously Hulkenberg right now is up in third. How are you feeling with Hulkenberg's car at least ahead of qualifying?
Yeah, we just have to see a bit more later in this session, to be honest, because the track's still improving quite a bit. But yeah, I think very similar to yesterday.
Io, it's Bernie here. Just a few things, if you might. We've seen Hulkenberg really benefit from a tow down the main straight. Can you give us a feel? You obviously don't want to give us your exact number, but how worthwhile is that to a driver at the end of the lap to get that important tow from turn 16 down to the start finish?
Yeah, it's very important. If you look at GPS race against Albon, we don't lose any time thanks to the tow. Otherwise, we'd have lost some time. So yeah, it's very important, especially in this tight midfield.
Can you put a number on that, Io? Are we talking 2, 3, 4 tenths, you think, on that long straight?
No, it won't be 3, 4 tenths.
Hamilton's off sector 5, we're back green.
All right.
All right, thank you so much, Komatsu, team principal of the Haas F1 team. Appreciate taking the time once again. And
Lewis
quite often they're under attack.
Lewis Hamilton was slightly off the circuit there as well a few moments ago. Just keep an eye on that down at sector 5. As we take a look now at Nico Hulkenberg coming up towards the line, 4th fastest. 1:44.226 is his delta. Let's see if he does anything different as he comes across the line. And Nico Hulkenberg goes up to 3rd on a 1:44.608. Question time. Alexander Albon, looking fast here. Can he qualify inside the top 10 later on today and prove that Williams has some high speed? Yeah.
Yes.
Good. good.
I loved your reaction. You're like, good, very good.
Replay here. This is what the Hamilton picture-in-picture replay, by the way. So this is down at turn 5. Tsunoda goes third. Long replay for Lewis here. So look, turns in. Yeah, just backs out of it. Could not do anything about it.
Backs off the lap, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yellow flag. Briefly.
It's clear.
Yeah. Leclerc, Verstappen and Hamilton were in that sector. So was Sainz, actually. Considering Hamilton's let them all through, I'm going to say Hamilton...
I wonder if it was Leclerc.
Oh, actually, hang on. If I'm quick, can have a look on the onboard. It was Hamilton, he got out of the way. Leclerc, fastest! 1:43.455.
Stop the count.
Carlos Sainz goes up into third, 1:43.796. What about Maxi?
Do you want a stat about Williams in Baku last year?
Of course.
Both of them made it through to both Williams made it through to Q2 last year. Just missed out on Q3. In the sprint shootout, Albon qualified 7th in the sprint shootout. In the sprint race, Albon finished 9th, and in the main race, he finished 12th.
So really is up there.
Yep. So it's not a one-time thing. Williams are good around this track.
We'll keep a close eye on that as well as it comes in. Alexander Albon, in terms of this circuit, yet to score a point in Baku. 11th with Toro Rosso, 12th with Williams, both, as you said, Jess, 22-23. Qualified 13th last year. That can't be right. His best qualifying here is 8th.
That was don't forget Red Bull. He was in Red Bull.
Yeah, his best qualifying here is 8th. Hang on a minute.
Don't forget there was a sprint shootout, which he was 9th. So, no, 7th. But that doesn't count. So
Albon's 13th qualifying. So that delta's wrong.
Albon goes 3rd.
What's his
Hamilton
best?
7th.
What's his best race here? 11th.
I have no idea. Let me have a look. Right, Baku. I'm just going to search for Azerbaijan. So 11th. Azerbaijan in 2019.
Yeah, I've got it. It's just, I need to update the notes are wrong on a quick glance.
I'm just trying to.
Piastri's backed out of a lap.
When he was at Red Bull, there was
Norris. Here's Piastri on a fast lap.
Yeah, here we go.
So when he was at Red Bull, he did do Azerbaijan.
No, because that race got cancelled because of COVID. Yeah.
That explains it.
Piastri's throwing this car around right now. He's on the soft compound tire. They really are going to try and do everything they can here.
Perez is in the AR radio, struggling to carry speed into turn 1, mainly into turn 2.
I expected that to come up, to be fair.
Yeah.
Up towards the line.
Piastri.
1:42.7.
Fastest time of the weekend so far. So this is looking more like it.
Not so fast in the speed trap though.
Verstappen being so far down the order is alarming at this stage of the weekend.
But ahead of Norris.
Yes, yeah. So soft tyres at the moment. Okay, we've got some insane coding overloading.
Oh God.
No, but it's not. Yeah, we haven't lost any picture frames or anything. It's just having its moment. Russell?
Russell!
Just check the PU. Something feels and sounds a little bit funny. Mainly under braking and off throttle.
He's half throttle now. So, yeah, he's lifting and coasting.
Russell's engine's having problem this weekekend. It's not just Ocon.
Had it in practice one, didn't he, when he was only half throttle and crawled back into the pit lane. Alonso moves up, 143.723. Keeping my eye on Russell on the speed trap deltas. It's a very bizarre weekend. Need to get more delta on the main screen we have here.
We do. We do need to.
I need like on the TV tower it can change over. In fact, let me get that sorted. Ted.
And now we're about to get some answers from Hamilton and Russell as to whether they've made some improvements. Some more improvements.
This will be really crucial just to come back to...
Yeah, thanks, Ted, as they come into it. So, noisy Ted Kravitz down there, trying to deafen us all out as the situation perceives it.
I almost forgot that until I was watching FP2 yesterday, there was Harry Benjamin on commentary this weekend.
Oh, yeah. It's Harry.
I believe that's Crofty's last race he's missing.
Yes, Crofty's back with us for the remainder of the season. As I believe, so is Martin Brundle.
Oh, yeah, so it's Harry and Karun this weekend.
And Jacques Villeneuve.
Sorry.
Having Jacques in the box would be quite interesting. Jack in the box.
Oh, yeah.
If they don't do that, they've missed a trick here. I'm just getting some more data.
She's like one of us tweet it. You should get Jack in the box. Oh, no, Russell.
Nearly, yeah.
Yellow flag.
Straight on down at turn 2. He'll get it going again, though.
I mean,
saved it.
Here at JBMotorsports, we have a Jack in the Box every single week.
That is true.
We do.
Right, here's what tyres are on now,
You missed the trick, Josh.
So we have the ability now, I believe. Unless, yeah, I've still got it massively wrong. But here's the tyres that everyone's on. It just works. So that'll come in handy during the race when everybody's always bugging me for strategy. We can see what tyres and how old they are. So, yeah, a few new... Oh, there's Russell's lockup. Russell, as you can see...
That was lockup.
What's he on? Software?
The ride feels terrible. Down the straight and then braking.
Russell's just having problems full stop this weekend.
I don't think BBC F1 will work over in America thinking about it because you've got radio commentary from...
ESPN?
No, Sirius XM.
Oh, Cyrus or Sirius or whatever it is.
Bob Varsha on the call and Chris Metland down in the pit lane. So, yeah. I like that little graphic. I'm meaning to update that for a bit. I need to create like hotkeys where we can have yellow flag, sector 5, DRS disabled. Well, that's Charles Leclerc going through. It's Pierre Gasly who is off track turn 3.
Has he stopped? Has he stopped?
He's in neutral.
I wonder if he's done. I wonder if he's lost it in the exit because he's quite narrow that corner. So
he's trying to select for. He's still in neutral. Double
Gasly.
yellow.
According to the AI, it's Gasly that was in the runoff turn 3.
Yeah, he's in track surface slippery. He's in reverse now, and now he's got going again. So he selected reverse as Hamilton goes second, 143.301. Leclerc has the fastest first sector of anybody. Down into braking zone 15, flicks the car in.
Approaching the corner where he binned it yesterday.
A little bit over the line, isn't he? 71,000. So Stroll goes 7th, 143.702. Now just watch as Leclerc opens up that Ferrari engine. This is what I mean, that we're going to see different times come through from the likes of Ferrari and
Oh, yeah, I need to check
Mercedes.
my fantasy.
Oh, yes, so do I.
I need to check my fantasy team.
328 points I got last time out. Leclerc crosses the line, goes top, 142.564. Better lap time.
And remember, if you've got Sargent or Magnussen in your fantasy teams, change them, otherwise you get minus points.
So again, we'll be closing up. Let's have a look at this is Pierre Gasly then. Out into turn 2. Oh, hello. Waits for a car to go through. This is going to be a long run. Third gear.
Oh, you got more points than me in Monza. I got 302.
What did Gasly do on brand new soft tyres? Straight
Run off.
Yeah. Well, that's easy then.
As I told you.
Yeah. Need to get that I need to remember that we can actually go on board with these drivers. iPad's a bit dead. Yeah, we've got that brand new feature. Still haven't got a name for it yet. 143.003. So up to 6. 143.503.
I wasn't last in Monza. As in, not overall, but... Well, that's because we both kind of cheated.
From the Azerbaijan Grand Prix onwards, non-active drivers will be considered as not classified and subject to penalty points.
So yeah, if you got Behrman or Magnussen... No, not Behrman. Magnussen
Sargent.
or Sargent. Change it.
So I've got 2 transfers. So I need to get rid of Sargent. And I need to put someone else in.
Have I got Magnussen? Let me check. Manage my team. I have not got Magnussen.
Well, I guess I just had to add in Franco Colapinto. Is there anyone I can do?
Oh, well, I don't want Sauber.
I'm getting rid of Alpine as my constructor this weekend.
I'm getting rid of Sauber and putting Williams.
I'm going to
put Albon.
I've done the same. And I've got 4
Oh no, I can't get Albon. I don't have enough money. I only have enough money for the Saubers.
I don't. Thing is, though, I don't like the fact that Max Verstappen's my top driver now because Max is not the top at the moment. As they come through, 5 minutes to go.
Yeah. I'll Colapinto. I'll put Colapinto. Why not?
I'm going to keep Alpine.
I switched in. Oh no, I got rid of. Oh no, I don't know.
I've got rid of Max.
Hold on,
I've got rid of Max Verstappen as my #1 driver for this weekend. You know.
No, I can't have 2 of the Williams. I know Tsunoda usually goes well this weekend, so I have to get rid. Yeah, I have to get rid of Albon and yeah.
Who do I put in then? Do I keep Max Verstappen or do I put Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc in? Perez even, who's going well? I don't know. Let's have a look.
I'm keeping Max Verstappen.
If turn 15 is involving Perez and Sainz will notice. If Norris goes top here, I'll put him in. Cross the line, Norris, second. Okay, so it's Leclerc then.
Well, how much is Leclerc worth? 24. Oh, that's what. You're only allowed 2 free transfers.
Oh yeah. I've done Max to Leclerc, Sargent to Colapinto. And the next weekend I'll just swap it back. I'll swap my top driver out from now on in the season.
Oh, that's good. I will put. I don't know. I'm gonna keep.
Oh, 2 seconds.
Why not?
This was huge. Oh.
So Perez.
It was crazy.
Which one of the Red Bulls was that? Is that Perez?
So Perez way deep in the braking zone. Sainz has to cut the corner. And that's why we had a yellow flag a few moments ago, that part of the track.
Oh yeah, so I've already applied 2 changes. I forgot constructors. Never mind. Confirm changes. I can't make any more changes, otherwise I'll get minus.
My cost cap's at 6.6 million. There we go. I've done my team. I've got
Colapinto, Sainz, Verstappen, Tsunoda, Alonso.
So what is the standing?
So I might.
Yeah. If you want to join.
So I might swap Sainz with Leclerc. Yeah, actually, that's what I'll do. Actually, I'll swap Sainz with Leclerc.
Yeah.
New driver. I'll lose 10 points, but who cares? I would rather have.
It's hotting up. Omi leads 2,923 points. I'm second, 2,662 points. Adam is third, 2,612.
Oh, Adam's moved up. Go on, Adam.
I don't even want to know where I am because I've not touched it for months and I'm touching it now.
Logan is
I've
fourth,
changed to Red Bull to
2,414. Richie is fifth, 2,375.
Omi, if you're watching, change Magnussen.
Yeah.
You'll get minus points if you don't. Change Magnussen, Omi.
Yeah,
anyone else needs to change it. Adam, you need to change it.
Yeah.
Richie, no. Yeah, so it's just Adam and Omi that need to change Magnussen.
Russell top, 142.514. If one of you lot can send a link to our fantasy in the YouTube chat.
It doesn't automatically change it to Behrman, for example. You have to change it yourself, which is a bit annoying. But anyway.
So yeah, no Magnussen. So yeah, I've locked my team in.
Yeah, I've changed it for this weekend.
I might.
What?
Yeah, he's changed it.
Good. What we change it to?
Spoilers.
Just. Yeah. Well. I'll just.
Yellow set to 5.
Hulkenberg. He's got going. Just run wide.
Okay.
I think. Well, Ricardo's in that part of the sector. I've got the onboard. I'm having a look. Oh, it's crashed on me. Great. Double yellow. And he's got going. Back to green. So Leclerc goes across the line, stays second. 13 thousandths off the pace of Russell. So 142.514. Norris third, Piastri fourth, Verstappen fifth, Perez sixth, Albon seventh, Colapinto eighth, Hamilton ninth. Alonso has your top 10. As we're now into the final 30 seconds, Perez and Sainz will be investigated after the session for impeding. As soon as he hits the DRS.
My team is strong this weekend.
Sainz
spoil it.
142.968 for Sainz. Yeah. I love playing the F1 fantasy. Megan's joining it next year. She's
Now I'm remembering to take part. It's fun.
Just be in the box every weekend, you remember? This is Danny Ricciardo. Oversteer at 4, touching the wall with the...
Oh, that's close.
He kicked up the dust. So, yeah, mega close. That's Singapore level close that we have to go to next week. Back-to-back street races. This is Nico
Hulkenberg.
Yeah, this is down at turn 3. He's going to snag the front left, I think. Oh, he just outbraked himself. Okay.
Oh, that was what Gasly did.
He just tried to spin the car around and he realised it was in neutral.
That's what she said.
So he's tried to spin the car and it's stuck in neutral and he's going like, why did it work? Oh, gears. That's why Nico Hulkenberg is not better than Valtteri Bottas compared to what Priestley said earlier on in the commentary. Perez gets out of the way of Verstappen.
The Red Bulls. No, the Red Bulls are practicing the tow ready for qualifying later.
Well, why is Max towing? Well, yeah, Perez just towed Max, but then gave out a bit too soon. Max doesn't improve, stays fifth, improves time on the position. So, Red Bull. Oh, hello.
Oh, bye. Bye.
Sky's pictures again, going crazy.
Here comes Gasly up towards the line. He's currently 15th. Personal best sector 1, personal best sector 2, personal best sector 3. Stays 15th. Improves on time, not position.
Sainz is not improving, and neither is Hamilton.
So we should get
and that is everyone across the line except for Sainz.
Should get our TV pictures back soon on that front, which is always great. So here in Azerbaijan, it is Russell topping the session. 8th, 9th, and now 1st across the weekend as our pictures return.
Let's go.
So the low speed corners, still Verstappen's the fast. I don't believe that either, because Max is way off the pace in all 3 sectors, so that's wrong. That is, Max in trouble here. Big time.
You can't afford to lose points to Norris this weekend.
Speaking of
You just
Lando,
can't.
is he off again at 16? Yes, he is. Keeps going wide that part of the track. Lando just getting oversteer, and off the circuit he goes. Interesting session here in practice 3. Really has changed up what we're expecting. Close to the wall again for Max Verstappen.
Are we surprised?
No, not one bit. Oh, he lost in the castle section as well, actually, Max. Just a reminder that IndyCar, we've got practice at 4 o'clock. Qualifying from 7 will be in the call for that. And Max did hit the wall at the castle section with the rear right tyre.
So easy to do, though.
Yeah, and then final practice is at 11. We're on the call for qualifying, unless things change. Hello, Charles. He just saw himself in the TV pictures and waved.
Final race in IndyCar this week. This season.
It can be quite upsetting, to be fair.
What time is the race on Sunday?
8 p.m.
Oh, so I'll only miss the first half an hour?
What time is the NASCAR race on Sunday? 8 p.m.
Who decided to put NASCAR and IndyCar on at the same time?
NBC.
With a season decider.
NBC. They don't care about. Don't forget, NBC don't care about IndyCar anymore. As soon as they lost it, they've gone like bugger off them. Goodbye. They do not care. So this is how it's going to work. Me and Jackson are on the IndyCar call, with JT dropping in and around. Over on NASCAR, it's USRN, and JT's over there as well, running the stream.
If I turn up. I will be there, don't worry, Josh.
People are going to ask where you are in Singapore, and I'm going to say that I've just disposed of your body in the woods.
Because I get back at 5:30 on the Sunday.
Oh, see,
at the
perfect.
latest.
That's loads of time.
I'll send you all the stuff tonight then, JT.
Awesome.
For what comes
Anyway,
down.
classification.
Yeah, here's the results then from the 3rd practice session. It's Russell, Leclerc, Norris in top 3. Piastri, Verstappen, Sainz, Perez, Albon, Colapinto and Hamilton in 10th. Then it's Alonso, Tsunoda, Stroll, Ricciardo, Gasly, Hülkenberg, Bottas, Zhou, Ocon and Behrman. Ocon and Behrman not setting any lap times. Ocon, he's lost 2 of the 3 practice sessions this weekend. Not a great weekend for Alpine. Okay, closing thoughts then, as well. I mean, Omi's been hanging around in the background, so it'll feel rude if I don't say what did he think of that session. As he's getting ready for F2 in a minute. Hello, Omi. Missed you yesterday.
Hello. Well, yeah, it was a chaotic qualifying session. We'll talk more about that later on, though, when we get the sprint underway. But yeah, it's not often that Alpine have good weeks as well. So that is continuing, but should be an interesting F2 sprint coming up. Interesting FP3 should be a good qualifying.
JT?
Yeah, well, it had its little moments of chaos, but it was quite a calm practice session to other practice sessions and other sessions like qualifying and practice that we've had around here. Especially when it starts to rain. Will we see that a little bit later on? We will have to see.
I hope so. What about you, Jess?
We've come into FP3 not knowing who's going to take pole again because we have 4 teams still in it. And again, quite quiet. Ocon, again, as you would expect, not doing very well. So, and Williams looking quite good. The other teams, we don't know. So we'll find out when we do qualifying build up at 12:30 this afternoon.
Yeah, I might have said 1:30. I don't know. That's because I'm not used to this being a different time zone yet, because we're still technically in Europe, but it's an hour difference as well. Thanks, Jess. Thanks, Josh. Thanks, Amy. So, free practice 3 concluded Russell top. So it was Verstappen P1, and then it was Leclerc in practice 2, and Russell top practice 3. So Red Bull, slow but fast. We've got Ferrari, fast but slow. And Mercedes, slow but somehow fast. It's a weird weekend here in Baku. Let's see what we make of it. Qualifying coming up later for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Next up, Formula 2, their sprint race. Bye for now.